I'm gonna be a stripper.
Hello! Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk about all the things and I make videos that are completely and utterly a waste of time. I'm so out of breath right now. Just tried to swing on this stripper pole and I'm completely out of shape. Let me catch my breath. It's a very exciting day because today I'm going to tell you guys a wonderful story about all of the jobs I have ever had in my 31 years of life. And when I say jobs, I mean employed, working for somebody, having a boss, and all of that not so fun stuff. Actually, the story is really funny and it's a lot of fun. I don't really do well with having a boss. I'm kind of like my own boss. Kind of like a boss, something of that sort. But I'm not really a, well, I guess like some people could argue that fact, but I'd like to think I'm not. Let's get back to the story. I first started working at a very young age. I started modeling at 14. I did runway work, catalog work, all that fun stuff, but that wasn't full-time. Like, I needed a job. I didn't grow up in a family where my mom was gonna pay for my grandma sure as hell wasn't. I grew up in a family where you had to work. My very first job was at Baskin Robbins in California, at least. At least this is how it was when I was 15. I'm 31 now. But things may be a little bit different. Basically, my mom and I wanted me to get a job because I really wanted like freedom and a car and money. I've always been driven by making my own money. That's always been something that I've been really adamant about. I love making my own money. I don't like other people's money. I like my own money. Thank you very much. Those people out there that say I'm a gold digger, that is completely false and stupid. I have always been a little hustler since I was a little girl. Everything from selling lemonade on the corner of the streets to going door to door and investing in my own candy bars and selling them for totally marked up than what they were. So yeah, I've always been like a little hustler. My mom and I needed to get myself a work permit, but in order to like work real hours, which I wanted to work full time, I had to get a work permit that said I was 16, because the difference between 16 and 15 is like a shit ton of hours. It's really odd how they mandate things, whatever. I think they should encourage people to want to work. They want to make sure child labor laws, blah, 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 blah. My mom forged my work permit. We got the work permit printed up from my school and I signed up for like workers course, so like I only went to school for 4 periods out of these 6 periods a day. Since I had workmanship, I could leave basically 3 hours earlier, so I could technically start my job by like 12:30, which is what I did. So my mom forged my work permit to say I was a year older, and I started working at Baskin Robbins, and I became a shift supervisor there pretty quickly, and here I was being like questioned and probed by my fellow employees who were also high school students, trying to figure out like what school I went to, what grade I was in. Yeah, I lied. That's totally okay because I was making the cheddar. And by the way, cheddar back then was $6.75 an hour. After Baskin Robbins, I wanted to move on to bigger and better things. So I got a second job. The second job was working for my mom on the weekends as a waitress at her restaurant. I got really sick of working with my mom because if you've ever worked with your mother, that'll just answer your question about why I didn't like working with my mom. I worked at Starbucks as a barista. I learned to make all the coffee drinks and it was pretty cool. I was actually making $1 more than minimum wage was at the time. You get what I'm trying to say. I was making more, plus tips, plus insurance. Not that I needed insurance because I was on my mom's insurance, but still, it was good. They offer retirement, schmirement, all that stuff. But then, I really started to hate the people, which seems to be like a common theme in my life and why I tend to like quit jobs so much because of the people. I quit and I decided, you know what, I was just gonna like model here and there, and I was gonna play water polo, and that was all fun and dandy until my mom demanded that I needed to get a job because she felt like I was being a bum. She never like forced my brother to get a job, but whatever. That's besides the point. I was the eldest child. I went out and I hustled and I found a job at the bowling alley. I was so excited because my best friend worked at the front desk at the bowling alley and she was making like $8 an hour, and I was like, awesome, I want to make $8 an hour. Got the job, and I was very specific. I was like, this is for the front desk, correct? And they're like, yeah. First day on the job, you're gonna be working in the snack shack. Snack shack? Are you kidding me right now? I was desperate for a job and I was 16, so I couldn't really be picky. When I get there, the lady who was working the shift before me basically hands me the keys, says goodbye, and walks away. Doesn't teach me how to do anything. I mean, thank God I already knew how to make killer bowl of nachos, but other than that, I didn't really know what I was doing. I ended up quitting that job the same day, probably within the next couple hours of me working there, but you know what, F them. So really needed another job or else my mom was gonna get really pissed at me. I ended up applying for this place called Red Brick Pizza. If you know me, you know I can't cook for shit, but I was willing to give it a try. I was really hoping that I would be the cashier because I'm really good with people, I'm really good with talking, and even though I hate people, I think it would be a good fit. Hello? First they hire me and they make me the pizza maker. Well, I got written up a lot because I burned a lot of pizzas. I was really slow at making the pizza, and you had to use this long stick and make sure every few minutes you rotate it, and it was just a lot. Like everyone wants extra cheese, and they would regulate how much cheese I would put on the pizza, and it's like, but everyone wants extra cheese on their pizza. Are you crazy? I really stuck it out with this job, and this wasn't my fault why I quit the job. So I tried calling the owner, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and nobody answers. So for a full hour, literally, the store wasn't open. I was watching people from my car try to open the door, and they realize that it's closed, but they look, and when it was supposed to open at 11, but now it's 12, there's no pizza, everyone's losing their mind, especially me because I have absolutely no patience. Zero. I have zero patience, especially for bullshit. I get in my car after knocking on the door one more time, looking around like a fool, and my stupid freaking uniform. They made us wear these stupid freaking little hats, but they weren't like cool hats. They were just like these little like, I don't even know how to explain it. So with like collared shirts, and it was just like not cute. I ended up driving home and going home. Sweet, free day off. I don't have to go back to school, and I can just hang out at home. Well, the owner ends up calling me around 1 o'clock. She just then got to the store, and she starts yelling at me because I'm not there. So I tell her, I'm not coming. And she goes, well, what do you mean you're not coming? You're supposed to be opening. I'm like, yeah, we were supposed to open like 2 hours ago, and I waited a whole hour, and you weren't even there. You didn't even show up. So quite frankly, I'm taking the day off. Basically, long story short, she told me if I didn't go there, she was gonna fire me. So I told her, you know what, fine, I don't like your stupid hats anyways. After I quit, or got fired, whichever you'd like to categorize that, from the pizza joint, I ended up crawling my way back to Baskin Robbins. Everything worked out, but I ended up moving on from Baskin Robbins because I wanted to make more cheddar. I love moving up in the world. I love providing for myself. I love buying gifts for the loves of my life. And I also needed to get my own apartment. So I'm now 17. I get a job at Mattress Discounters. Mattress Discounters was awesome because it was my first commission-based job. You got health benefits, retirement fund, really good base pay, and you got commission, and it was just a cool job. Like, it was so laid back. Yeah, kind of sucked. You had to work 10-hour days, 4 days a week, but I mean, it was pretty awesome. I ended up quitting Mattress Discounters because I started working at the Playboy Mansion as a painted model, and like an idiot, I didn't really think it through. So I had to get another job because it's not like they were having parties every single day at the Playboy Mansion. So I ended up getting a job as a waitress at Chili's, which was totally awesome. And then I ended up getting rehired back at Mattress Discounters. So I had both the waitressing job at Chili's and Mattress Discounters. And it was really tough to juggle 2 full-time jobs. While I went back to Mattress Discounters, I had a huge goal and aspiration of becoming a manager because, like I said, I don't do well with people bossing me around. I ended up applying for an open management position and I got it. So I was now the youngest manager at Mattress Discounters, which kind of sucked when we went on like manager retreats because I couldn't even drink. So like everyone would be all like, oh, drunk at like the holiday parties and, you know, the manager retreats, and I was over there like, it's past my bedtime. I guess I'm gonna go to sleep now. And then the next day at all the meetings, I was, of course, the first person there, and everyone else was like straggling in, all hungover. So, yeah, that kind of sucked until I turned 21. You know, I only worked there for a few months when I was 21 because when I was 20, I discovered webcamming, and also my glamour modeling was picking up, and I had just shot for Playboy and Howard Stern, and like stuff was starting to really go into place, and I wasn't really planning it, just sort of like all happened and fell into my lap. So I ended up quitting Mattress Discounters because Cami was doing really well, and then I met an agent and I started doing girl porn. Then I got a contract with Twisties, and that was that. I stayed in porn for quite a while, and then I ended up quitting the industry because I was like, I want to go to nursing school. But then my douchebag ex, basically I was pressured to quit because I was told that why would I want to wipe asses for the rest of my life when I don't have to? Which I thought was really f***ing rude, but don't even get me started on that topic. After that whole situation, now back on my own, strong, independent, I started auditioning for a lot of mainstream roles, and surprisingly, I was getting them. But every time I like got these roles and I'd like get to the table read, even after done filming, like finances would fall through and then the projects would just dissolve. So that kind of sucked. I got back into runway. I was doing that for a little bit. I realized I should go back into the adult business and really capitalize and make some money. Plus, I'm kind of horny and I want to bang a bunch of people. After a while, I started really noticing that the pay and the quality and the people started to change. So I decided to quit. I went back into nursing school, and I was bullied out of nursing school, so then I came back to feature dancing because feature dancing has always been something that I've really been passionate about and loved, and it pays my bills and then some. Talk about cheddar! So after that, I decided to go to EMT school. I got my license, and I gave up everything that had to do with adult. I started working as an EMT. I worked on the ambulance. It was a great learning experience. I worked 24-hour shifts, 72 hours a week, because that was literally the only way you can make a decent, even a semi-decent income. The pay really sucked, and I was just really unhappy. So I'm just gonna go back into the adult entertainment business, but I'm gonna feature dance, and I'm gonna create my own content, and that's what I'm doing now, and here I am. What I'm gonna be doing next with my life, I changed my major, and that's pretty much it. So that's the story of all my jobs. So next time somebody tells me to get a real job, just refer to this video because I've had so many different jobs I can't even tell you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and catch you around. See you soon. Thanks for watching my YouTube video. Make sure you subscribe and come back for more.